When you start the game, you get to pick from 4 difficulties. I picked the second hardest because after 9 years I'm still on my first playthrough of Bloodborne. Yeah. Then, you pick from 3 life paths: Biker, Lone Wolf, and Rockstar. I choose the Lone Wolf path because the artwork really resonates with me. You play as V. V has a bad case of asthma, so don't forget your inhalers. They're vital for mitigating your asthma attacks. But don't forget, proper technique is essential. But first, you must carefully construct your penis or boobs to your liking. Only then are you truly ready to begin your journey in Day City.
What the
Live in gutter trash and crippling poverty as the US housing market collapses in on itself. Undertake a sprawling variety of shit jobs so that you can blow all of your money on plastic surgery. Face lifts, neck lifts, bicep lifts, knuckle lifts, eye lifts, you name it, they got it. But with you, some caffeine, and a Colt 1911, you kill, steal, and sell abortion pills to survive. Or whatever you can get your hands on, really. This is Punk 2007. Today's just like any other day in Day City. But tonight, we're stealing a car for a client. After finding the car in a garage, we befriend a man named Jackie under very normal circumstances. Jackie is your stereotypical big guy equals Ram style, so he makes a wonderful business partner. He also loves stir-fried noodles, but because of the current political and economical state of the world right now, he doesn't share any with me. Jackie hooks me up with his local plastic surgeon to get some work done on my face. We then meet with Rick Ross, who tasks us with stealing mortgage swaps from the wealthy Sussy Bucker family, and in return, he promises us a shout out on the upcoming social media platform Facebook. This could be our ticket into the big leagues. No more small-time shit jobs.
Okay, put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag. Okay. Put the money in my ass, nigga!
We connect with Evelyn and Judy, who own a black market prototype VR headset which we use to case out the Sussy Bucker Plaza penthouse. With the mortgage swaps located, V and Jackie enter the plaza as esteemed professionals and make their way into the penthouse. First, I nick everything I can get my hands on. Only then do we steal the mortgage swaps. But that plan quickly dissolves into a nightmare as Saburo Sussy Bucker is killed by Yorinobu Sussy Bucker, his own son. Trying to sneak out proves ineffective as Jackie has put all his skills into strength and none into stealth. Now everyone thinks we're responsible for the death of Saburo Sussy Bucker. After a bit of casual murder, we make our escape into an elevator, where we make our escape into a car, where a man gets hit by our car. Sorry about that. Where Jackie decides it'd be a good time to fall asleep on the job. We bring the briefcase containing the mortgage swaps to Rick Ross. He then tells us very inconspicuously to
go get yourself cleaned up.
I don't like where he's standing. With V dead, the game now becomes a 100% accurate biopic about the life of Keanu Reeves. But to sum it up, he joined a punk rock band called Samurai, bombed the first show, littered, went on a killing spree, created the coronavirus, spread the coronavirus, bombed the tower, got his arm blown off by Madam Smasher, and V's alive because plot armor. The plot armor being the plastic surgery we got done on our face. Something Rick Ross clearly doesn't have. The guy who pulled the trigger is Takumura. He was Saburo's loyal bodyguard, and he needs us alive to tell the truth. So he puts us in a car, taking us on a joyride, gets into some gnarly road rage, nearly killing us, forces me to murder civilians, and then drives the car 60 miles an hour into a pole before we pass out. We're wheeled into our apartment after the night in hospital. Dr. Misty prescribes us with red pills and blue pills, a really subtle reference to the 1999 movie The Matrix. Speaking of, you know how they say if you chant Bloody Mary 3 times you'll appear? Well, if you bang your head 3 times, Keanu Reeves will appear. Hey, my bad. I almost forgot to mention, we got lung cancer. Luckily, that makes us eligible for a Make-A-Wish. John Cena wasn't available, so we got Keanu Reeves instead. Keanu is very clearly a kind and compassionate man. At least to other people.
Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger.
It's pretty clear this is just a PR move. Keanu takes me out for lunch. He kicks his feet up onto the table. At a diner. But what's even dumber is the message labeled on his boot. Keep zip closed to secure. Man, I gotta start writing tie shoelaces to secure on my shoes. That shit's genius. Coincidentally enough, just to my right, Takamura is watching TV, but we'll chat to him later. After a bit of bar hopping, we find ourselves in a VIP booth with Keanu and one of his friends, Rogue. They convinced me to buy into a pyramid scheme for 15k. Mind you, I'm drunk. But Keanu pulls us aside. Now that we're technically business partners, he says he knows someone who might actually be able to help us with our lung cancer, and he'll set up a meeting with them tomorrow.
Fuck, what a night.
So after a good night's rest, we meet with Keanu's contact, Pan Am, and strike up a deal. We help her get her stolen car back, and she'll help us find the man who can treat our lung cancer. We make our first stop at the Aldecado's base, Day City's most infamous punk clan. After grabbing some supplies, we jumpstart the car and head towards the interception point. She begins to brief me on the plan, but then just starts playing with some tools. Is she stupid? So we wing it, just like everything else in this fucking game. We grab the car and head towards a hotel to settle down for the
Impressive cock.
Now that we've arrived, it's time for a drink and a room tour. On entry, we have the bedroom. Well, it's all pretty much one room, but it's where the bed is. Yuck. Blood-stained walls? Check. Blood-stained floors? Check. Questionable bed sheets? Check. Yeah. This is the kitchen, cooking, in case you want to cook, and the bathroom, in case you need to sleep. Woo! All in all, I'd give this a 0 out of 5 stars. Boring. We hit the sack and probably contracted disease, but that's a problem for another day because today's the day we cure my lung cancer. Pan Am makes a trade for some dynamite and the location of the guy we're after, Hellman, Hellboy's dad. Keanu's on the edge of his seat as Pan Am takes us to our destination. After planting the dynamite, we drive a safe distance away and set off.
There she is.
Set off.
Damn it all.
Set off the f***ing explosion! We head back and find him hiding in a safe room, but we need to carry him to a more secluded area. We carry him outside and find the whole Aldecado's clan have come to back us up, including their leader Saul. They even give us our own bike, but I must not forget my roots. I'm a lone wolf, not a biker. Now that we have him back at the hotel, me and Keanu interrogate him. He checks our vitals and says,
I'm afraid I have bad news.
Yo, the
well, shit. Things aren't looking good. We're running out of time and that was our only lead. All we can try and do for the moment is clear our name. Keanu seems very keen on this idea.
Do whatever it takes to stop him. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fuck it.
We meet up with Takamura, who tells us he has a plan to contact Hanako Sasibaka, a sibling of Yorinobu Sasibaka. And he's watching TV again. That's going nowhere for now. So we head to the local plastic surgeon and find Judy there. Evelyn's gone missing, and Judy says the plastic surgeon knows where she is. We bust in and interrogate him. After getting a location, we make our way through a scab hideout and save her, only to get back to Judy's place and have Evelyn 13 reasons why herself. Keanu's always pressuring me to smoke, but this time it might just be warranted. We head to a diner and get a
spunky monkey instead.
What? But the joint is held up by a bunch of goons. However, because of my max penis stat, I'm able to talk them out of it. The bartender offers me drinks on the house. How nice of him. I flip the alcohol and treat myself to a Nissan Skyline. I try flexing it to Pan Am, but she doesn't give a shit. Probably because she's a bikie. But also because Saul, the leader of her punk clan, the Aldecados, has just been kidnapped. So we stage a heist, and by we, I mean just me. Bruh. I sneak in through a very conveniently unguarded tunnel, free him, and make a dash for the van to escape. In doing so, we become one of the Aldecados, which will come in very handy later. We get drinks with Pan Am. After sobering up, she walks us to our car and slaps our ass cheeks before sending us on our way. We meet up with Takamura, who finally tells us about his grand plan. There'll be an event where Hanako will make a speech. We need to first traverse through the dense crowds, then scale up onto the rooftops and eliminate 3 snipers so that Takamura can safely speak to Hanako. Only then can we testify the truth to her. Of course, he excludes the few minor hiccups that we'll encounter along the way. But no bother, my name was about to be cleared. Finally, something was about to go right. Oh! Right, so let's recap. We're back in this shitty hotel. We're on the run for a crime we didn't commit, and we still have lung cancer. But just when all hope was lost, Keanu says he has a last resort. The Matrix. It's real, and we're living in it. It would explain all the weird glitches and bugs we've been seeing.
Huh?
Years ago, Keanu dated a lovely doctor by the name of Alt. Alt had just found a cure for cancer. However, one day, while plugged into the Matrix, a man from the top 1% of the top 1% tampered with the equipment. This way, businesses can continue to profit from cancer treatments. But what they didn't know was that instead of killing her, it locked her consciousness in there forever. Only she can remove the cancer from our body, but only if we can make it to where she is. The real world. The only problem is that the entrance point to the real world is located beneath Susibaka Tower. That end we have to pass an initiation process. To begin, V must on their own accord choose the red pill or blue pill. Just like Keanu, he takes the red pill. Side effects include thinking you're Keanu Reeves, nausea, seizures, alcohol addiction, delusions, chain smoking, performance impairments, negative aura, and 0 riz. Next, Keanu sends us to a church which is actually a front for those who believe in the Matrix, where our contact locates us.
What gave me away? It's the hair, isn't it?
He leads us into the basement to meet with a man named Placide. He sets us up in their database and preps us for some training modules that simulate entering the real world. Now we're ready. We take a nice plunge like Joe Rogan before we're hooked in and begin our training. This is simulating what the real world will be like down to a T. But our minds can't handle it. It's too weak, and it's getting weaker.
Easy there. Don't move just yet.
After awaking in the hospital again, it becomes pretty clear that it's now or never. Now that we're part of the Aldecados clan, Saul and Panam are more than happy to help us reach the entrance point.
Thank me once we get out of Mikoshi alive and in one piece.
Right, so we won't be thanking him. We take on Madam Smasher and it's not an easy fight. V and Keanu make their way through and hook up to the connection point. Once inside, we find Keanu, who leads us to Alt. She explains that she can remove the cancer, but we've missed one crucial and very important fact. Since we won't be sick anymore, our Make-A-Wish will no longer be valid, ceasing our endeavors with Keanu Reeves. It was time to say goodbye. We'll never forget our beautiful time together.
Goodbye, V. And never stop fighting. Go f*** yourself, Dick White.
We awake in Panam's car. We did it. We were free of our cancer. And it was time to say goodbye to Day City and begin our new life with Panam. This video should not have taken 5 months to make, but here we are. I'd appreciate you checking out my Patreon. It's a great way to support me and allow me to continue what I'm doing. I appreciate the support and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.